what we just learnt, Rafe, is that Meghan Markle's dad, Thomas, has gone into intensive care after being rushed to hospital for emergency surgery near his home in the Philippines.
When someone close to a global figure faces a sudden health crisis, the world listens. Yet in this case, many crucial details remain under wraps. What really happened to Meghan Markle's father, Thomas Markle, that led to an emergency surgery and intensive care hospitalization? This story raises pressing questions. How serious is his condition, and why has so little been openly shared? Stay with me as we dig into the facts behind the headlines and explore what might be hidden from public view. Hospitalization and surgery details. Thomas Markle, Meghan Markle's father, was rushed to the hospital recently, landing in intensive care after an emergency surgery. Reports reveal that Thomas underwent a critical procedure to address a severe blockage in his heart, raising immediate concerns about the gravity of his condition. Although details remain limited, it is clear that his health took a sudden turn that required urgent medical attention. The timing and nature of this hospitalization have sparked intense curiosity, especially given Thomas's complex relationship with his daughter and the media spotlight that surrounds their family. Despite the seriousness of the operation, sources indicate that doctors acted swiftly to stabilize Thomas's condition, placing him in intensive care as a precaution and for close monitoring. While his current status remains cautiously optimistic, the lack of full transparency from the family or medical representatives leaves many unanswered questions. The hospital stay appears to be a significant disruption, marking one of the most critical health episodes Thomas has faced in recent years. This development has reignited long-standing public interest in his well-being and its wider implications. The situation remains fluid, and the full details of the surgery and its aftermath have yet to emerge fully. This moment in Thomas Markle's life is both medical and deeply personal, intersecting with a sustained media focus that adds pressure and speculation.
I find out after the fact, and I have to deal with that. That's okay. But there's always disappointment here.
As more information unfolds, the reality of what led to this emergency and what it means going forward will hopefully become clearer. The shadows around this emergency deepen once you consider Thomas's broader health background and the previous challenges he has endured. Health history and previous issues. Thomas Markle's recent hospitalization did not come out of nowhere. It fits within a long history of health struggles and public incidents that have complicated his life. Over the years, he has faced issues linked to his heart and overall health that have occasionally been reported, painting a picture of someone who has battled ongoing medical concerns. In addition to documented heart problems, Thomas has experienced high blood pressure and other age-related conditions that potentially contribute to his vulnerability during emergencies. These factors make the recent surgery less surprising, but also emphasize the seriousness of his current state. Beyond the physical ailments, Thomas's public life has been marked by episodes of stress and controversy, which tend to strain anyone's health. His fraught relationship with the media and the emotional toll of family conflicts, especially involving Meghan Markle, likely impacts his well-being in subtle but meaningful ways.
It's been a busy year. You were off social media for years and now you're back on. Do you feel like you're sort of launching a new you or rebranding yourself?
No, I think, how funny, no. I think I finally get to share the me that's been here for so long that people maybe haven't had the same visibility.
Previous incidents, such as minor hospital visits or health scares, appear to have set a precarious baseline, hinting at why his body might have suddenly required urgent intervention now. Understanding this context adds layers to the current crisis, showing it as part of a longer, more complicated narrative. This medical background also reveals why immediate surgical intervention was necessary and why there may be hesitancy in revealing every detail publicly. Thomas's fragile health status before this episode means that even minor complications can escalate quickly, requiring decisive action by healthcare professionals. These ongoing challenges naturally influence how the family has responded to the news and what they have chosen to share or withhold from the public. Family reactions and public statements. News of Thomas Markle's hospitalization prompted immediate responses from members of his family, though the public comments offered so far have come primarily from those closest to him. His son, Thomas Jr., described the urgency of the situation in stark terms, saying, "I took Dad to a hospital close to our home. and they did various scans, and the doctors said his life was in imminent danger. He added that medical teams raced us by ambulance with the sirens going to a much bigger hospital in the center of the city, where Thomas underwent emergency surgery. He appealed for compassion from the public, saying, "I would ask everyone around the world to keep him in their thoughts." Interest and sympathy from the public continue to grow, but responses from the wider family remain limited, shaped by years of emotional strain. Samantha, 61, said the pressures of recent years had increased her father's fragility, explaining, "He is a strong man, but he has been through so much. I am praying that he is strong enough to survive this." She also stressed the toll of his past health challenges, noting that he had already endured 2 heart attacks, a stroke, and even an earthquake, and she hoped he could pull through. Her words convey both fear and determination as the family faces an uncertain moment. Although updates remain sparse, the comments from Thomas Jr. and Samantha highlight the seriousness of the situation while offering a clearer picture of the family's emotional state. Their statements, grounded in direct experience, frame the unfolding events with urgency, vulnerability, and hope, contrasting with the silence surrounding other aspects of the family dynamic as they focus on his recovery. The mix of private challenges and public speculation sets the stage for how the media has handled this news and shaped what many believe to be the full story. Media coverage and speculation news of Thomas Markle's hospitalization sparked rapid media attention, with outlets rushing to fill gaps left by limited official updates. Reports have varied widely, some stressing the seriousness of his condition, others focusing on long-standing tensions within the Markle family. Sensational headlines and unverified claims have often overshadowed confirmed details, making it difficult for the public to distinguish fact from rumor, while information about his health remains closely guarded. Many stories have shifted attention away from the medical emergency and toward the fractured relationship between Thomas and Meghan. Questions about motives, past conflicts, and estrangement have resurfaced, blending personal family issues with urgent health news and creating a narrative that feels both incomplete and exaggerated. A few reputable outlets, however, have emphasized verified reporting and urged caution. Their restraint contrasts sharply with more speculative coverage, underscoring how easily public perception can be shaped by media framing rather than facts. The way this news is covered inevitably links back to how Meghan Markle's public image has been influenced by these personal and family developments. Potential impact on Meghan and public image.
Dominating the royal news today is Meghan, oh God, has revealed her Christmas cracker love letter to Harry, the Ginger Whinger, and toys for Archie and Lilibet as her holiday special lands on Netflix.
Thomas Markle's health crisis emerges at a moment already marked by heightened attention on Meghan Markle, coinciding with Prince Harry's paid speech in Canada and the release of her holiday edition of With Love, Meghan, where she emphasized the importance of family and friends. These overlapping events inevitably shape public perception, adding new tension to long-standing questions about her relationship with her father. As headlines focus on his emergency treatment, the circumstances may influence how observers interpret Meghan's family dynamics and emotional distance, especially given the renewed scrutiny surrounding their estrangement.
Well, I think it was inevitable, and I've seen this coming for a long time based on the very few times that I actually watched 5 minutes of 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 episodes, and it just struck me as like completely empty, completely fake.
This situation has further intensified since Thomas Markle Jr., who has served as his father's primary caregiver, publicly urged compassion by stating, "My only wish is that Meghan shows my father some compassion. He is literally fighting for his life." His remarks amplify public debate, echoed by ongoing questions about whether Meghan should reach out now, even as conversations around her choices grow increasingly polarized. At the same time, Thomas Markle's earlier comments about relocating to the Philippines to escape the constant reminders of their fracture, and his admission, "I still do not understand why she continues to ghost me. My only wish is to see my grandchildren before I die," add emotional weight to the unfolding narrative. The personal and public blend together here, making it clear that Thomas Markle's condition could carry consequences much wider than just a medical story. What comes next and possible outcomes? As Thomas Markle recovers from emergency heart surgery, attention shifts to the critical period ahead. The days following such a procedure require close monitoring to prevent complications, and given his age and prior health issues, his recovery may be slow and dependent on sustained medical support. Decisions about long-term care and lifestyle changes will be important for protecting his health moving forward. This crisis may also influence how the family communicates publicly. As clearer updates emerge, they could help reduce speculation, while the emotional strain of the situation might prompt shifts in family dynamics, including the possibility of renewed connection or support. Uncertainty remains, and friends and followers must be prepared for various outcomes. Though reports suggest stability, heart surgery at this stage of life is serious. Relying on official statements and credible sources will be key as the story continues to unfold. Thomas Markle's hospitalization reveals a deeply personal and still unfolding story, blending health struggles with family tensions and public scrutiny. Keeping informed from reliable sources will be key as more facts come to light. If you found this update helpful, please like the video and subscribe for more clear, thoughtful insights on stories like this. Thanks for watching.